Hi, my name is Micah Roraff, and I'm the worship pastor at La Crosse Christian Church. If I could just have a few moments of your time, I would like to talk about 1 Peter 2, and I would like to talk about the church as being a house. I'm not talking about the physical church you go to. When God looks at his church around the world, he sees a single church, a living structure, a home, a place he can live. In Isaiah 66:1, God says, "Heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. What is the house that you would build for me, and what is the place of my rest?" What is the house God is referring to? We, his worldwide church, we are his house. We are the place of God's rest. So how is this living home built? It starts with the materials. 1 Peter 2:5 calls each of us the materials for this home. We are each living stones. Together as individual living stones, working, living, communing together, we make his global church a living home. Together, we are the house of God. It is impossible for a house to stand if the stones refuse to work together to form the home. That is why it is important we put aside our differences, find a common bond, and work together. And what is a common bond or belief of every person who is a living stone that makes up the house of God? Jesus. He is the one we believe in, the one we are built on. Jesus, our rock foundation, the cornerstone. He is the common bond, the core of our belief, our life, our love, our ultimate destiny. As living stones attached to the cornerstone, Jesus, the best way for us to stick together is to love him and each other. And the best way to love is to have the heart of a servant. Peter calls us each into the royal priesthood. Priests serve in the presence of God, and we, as carriers of his presence, all have a common goal of serving Jesus and advancing his kingdom through service in the unique way that he made us. And this service is not only for the church itself, but it is for the world, or as Peter says in 1 Peter 2:12, the Gentiles. In Matthew 5:16, Jesus calls each and every one of us to let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. So as the living stones that make the living church, which is secured on the firm foundation of Jesus Christ, let us fill the earth with God's love and humbly serve all people. There are many things that can divide us, so let's look to the one who makes us one, and live for him and the inheritance that is stated in 1 Peter 1:4, that is imperishable, undefiled, and unfading, kept in heaven for you. So if we are to serve with the gifts and abilities that God has given us, how does this work? Well, let me ask you, what is your passion in life? What makes you feel alive? Do it to glorify God. Do it out of love for him and for his kingdom. You, a living stone, being live. Pray that God blesses the rest of your day. Thank you for taking your time to be with me.